Executive Brief. Executive Brief.
My good people of Abia State, it is my honor and pleasure to address
From the seat of governance in Abia, God's own state, comes a compendium of the governor's weekly engagement in the service to humanity and God.
This government is in its second and final tenure, and therefore we are in a hurry to gain traction and achieve what our mandate the people have given to us and defined for us as assignment.
Join the Chief Press Secretary to Abia State Governor Onyebuchi Imemanka on Flow 94.9 FM as he tracks Governor Ikpeazu's activities in delivering on the social contract with the good people of Abia State.
We have received awards and acknowledgement as the SME capital of Nigeria in recent times.
Executive Brief.
Every Friday at 9:30 a.m.
on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's own state. Executive Brief from the horse's mouth.
There is now a deliberate effort to ensure that our infrastructure is solid and durable.
Well, that's the message of hope coming to you this morning, that everything will be alright. It's the Executive Brief on Flow 94.9 FM, the flow of God's state, live simulcast, Real 99.9 FM, Abba, and of course, on the official Facebook page of Flow 94.9 FM, Flow 99 FM, as well as the Chief Press Secretary, Onyebuchi Imemanka. This program is brought to you courtesy of his office, and fortunately, we do have you live here in the studio to bring us up to speed with some of the activities of the Executive Governor of Abia State. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. Bara. Happy Easter to you in advance.
All right, so it's the Good Friday edition of the Executive Brief, and the governor during the week described the resounding victory of the PDP in the Aba North and Aba South Federal Constituency by-election as a clear indication of the hard work his administration has put into repositioning Aba. I have one sarcastic question on the line because I have to put it out there. Is the governor taking credit for Tinubu's victory, Honorable Tinubu's victory?
It's a collective credit.
Okay.
Tinubu is a product of this administration.
Did you call him the governor's boy?
We are all governors. I am one. If you choose to call him that. Tinubu ran under the platform of the People's Democratic.
And the governor campaigned for him very seriously,
vigorously. Very seriously. I have never seen Governor Ikpeazu get that serious. The kind of attention he gave this election was almost equal to the kind of attention he gave to his own re-election.
Well,
the reason is this.
Okay.
The reason is
I want to ask that.
This election had a lot of stakes involved.
Yeah, like?
Because of the personality of the main challenger.
Okay.
This election was an opportunity to make a statement on the preference of the people of Aba and the people of Abia. Because we are aware that there are subterranean moves for some people to bounce back into reckoning in the state. We are aware that some people, in fact, that the former governor of the state is interested indirectly in 2023. So we knew that this election, the Aba federal constituency election was for them, a rehearsal for 2023.
Yeah.
Okay, and we felt that our people, the people of Aba, needed to pass a judgment on what Ikpeazu has done. And we insist that since the dawn of our democracy in 1990, indeed, since after the Second Republic, since after the exit of Mbakwe's administration, no other government from Imo State to date has given Aba the kind of attention Ikpeazu has given. Is it the Enyimba Stadium? Is it the road? Even Mbakwe didn't do a flyover. That flyover is almost ready. So, I mean, how can we knew that it was impossible for the people of Aba not to appreciate it, but Aba, I know how we behave. And this election has proven it yet again, that if you give the people of Aba what they want, they will stand up for you. They will support you. Few days to that election, Ikpeazu went around Aba on foot. He trekked along the major streets. He went to Port Harcourt Road, the ongoing Port Harcourt Onugwa Road, Azikiwe Road.
He used some of these treks, in quotes,
yes,
as an opportunity to inspect some of the ongoing
absolutely programs. And if you know Aba very well, you dare not do that in Aba if you're not working for them. They will deal with you. They will throw things at you. They will throw stones at you. They will throw missiles at you. So that show of force was for us an indication that yes, we are on the right track.
But and that election, that there were issues of voter apathy.
Well, it's a general, it's a by-election, not the general election. It's a by-election. The important is that there was there was serious voter apathy, very serious voter apathy. But at one name, and even if other people came, the same percentage of victims would have been the same. The truth is that the people of Aba are happy with Governor Ikpeazu. Go to the streets and ask. The people of Aba, as of today, are happy with Governor Ikpeazu. And like the governor says, and I want to reiterate what the governor has said to the people of Onwakabu sample. Onwakabu sample. Meaning you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, I like the English translation better. I think I can relate to that. The governor had received Honorable ABCK in the governor's lodge in Aba. ABCK was in Abuja earlier to formally collect his certificate of return from the INEC headquarters. We say congratulations to him, and we hope that he can hit the ground running, owing to the fact that he has barely 2 years to make an impression and a statement. The governor during the week was in Delta State. He was a guest to the people and the government of Delta.
Yes.
What was the occasion?
Two events.
Okay.
The first, the governor presided over the graduation of what they call RISE, the Rural Youth Empowerment. It's like a program organized by the government of Delta State. They trained about 700 youths in different fields: welding, tailoring, different kinds of things. Sponsored their trainings, and after the training period, they did a graduation and distribution of starter packs. The government they gave them starter packs. If you studied, if you were trained in welding, they will buy you welding equipment, welding machines, and all that. Okay. So that was the event. And the governor of Delta State said something that touched me that day. He said that he has chosen Governor Ikpeazu to be here today because, as of today, I'm quoting the governor of Delta.
Please go ahead.
He said, as of today, in terms of inspiring young people to make use of their hands, to make use of their gifts, and make a living for themselves, that nobody can match the credentials of Governor Ikpeazu of Delta State. That was what the governor of Delta State said. I was there. I even recorded it on my page. That is why he has brought him. He said, he told the Delta people, I hope you know the place called Aba in Abia State. You know about the shoes from Aba. You know about the bags from Aba. You know about the clothes from Aba. This is the man that has brought them to national limelight. This Ibara, I was filled with pride. And the governor got a standing ovation. And when he came out to speak, when the Delta governor invited him to come and address the graduates, he told them that the dress he is wearing was made by an Aba tailor. And that tailor started small. And that he is telling them today that tailor has just acquired a property worth 70 million on Azikiwe Road. He said it. And told them that if they manage themselves well, that they are all potential millionaires in the next 5 years. This is the kind of governor we have. This is the kind of... when you have an Oga who commands this kind of respect outside. Now, I might change a step. I was proud.
I can imagine.
Oh, yes, I was. So, from after that, the governor and his Delta State counterparts, went around and saw the starter packs. And the governor engaged these youths. My governor, on my WhatsApp with youths. Badly. He engaged these guys with their starter packs, told them, what do you use? I know he's a teacher. What do you engage them? It was exciting, you know. Then from there, we went to a place called Owa Alero in Eka North East local government, where the governor commissioned the Delta State Teachers Retraining Institute. It's an institute where they do teacher retraining.
Okay.
Incidentally, we have that kind of thing here, but we've not built, that kind of big structure. And governor said, based on what he saw there, he was going to do that. So it was a fantastic day in Delta State, and I want to say that the government and people of Delta State gave us a fantastic reception, first class reception from the airports to all back to the government house. You're
avoiding those and
on behalf of that was where I had a problem. There was no apple there. I didn't find it fun, but I told them when next we will come.
Okay, so there's going to be
So thank you to the government and people of Delta State for the reception, and we appreciate that.
All right, before that visit to Delta State, the governor was in Ishialangwa, Ihe precisely,
yes.
Clifford University.
Yes.
News making the round is he has given out scholarship to 66 students. He met there.
No, that's not true.
Okay, can you?
The 66 people, the 66 there is the number of graduates.
Okay.
That university is owned by the Seventh-day Adventist Church.
Yeah.
Governor Ikpeazu is a member is an elder of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. The Seventh-day Adventist Church also owns Babcock University. So this is their second university in Nigeria, and we are lucky that university was set up here in Abia State. So the governor went there to, be part of what his church is doing. The 66, they graduated 66 students.
Okay.
Not that he only gave scholarship. He said, I was there. He gave a scholarship, a master's degree scholarship to the best student in biochemistry, which is his area.
Okay.
And I think gave 100,000 to that person, to that student. We didn't even know who it was. The governor just said, whoever will emerge best student in biochemistry gets 100,000 naira from me and a master's degree scholarship.
Oh, wow.
Then he gave 50,000 each to all they have about 6 departments. It's a new university.
Yeah.
So each of the best graduating students from each of the departments got 50,000. Don't mind people when they come. They want to politicize everything.
Thank you for the clearance. All right, so road construction still ongoing. Ungwa Road taking shape. I had the opportunity of meeting someone from Ungwa Road, a barber, and he said, "That's the way he described
it.
And he couldn't wait to get back to working.
It's a massive metamorphosis.
Oh, really?
That is what is happening.
Tell me about it.
I think you need to go there and see it for yourself. Go to Ungwa Road, and it's a pride to behold. So when last week during the election, I was wondering, what will anybody go to Osusu Road to tell the people of Osusu Road not to vote for our candidate? Ungwa Road people are seeing their road come back to life. Yesterday, I posted pictures from Emelogu. Emelogu is the street that links Ungwa Road with Obo Hill.
Okay.
Serious asphalting going on there. And you want the people to leave this governor?
No, but we're done with the elections.
Huh?
Governor has on your horse.
No, it's his party. It's his party. This election, let me tell you, ABC case election was about the governor. In Aba.
Okay.
There are no two ways about it. So, it was about the governor.
So we looking at the politics of personality or party now.
That is democracy for you. You need to look at the party. Individual, we don't have independent candidates in Nigeria. You must belong to a political party. And the political party that is presenting you, people will have to look at your antecedents, look at who are the members of the party, what are your records. I mean, the facts speaks for themselves. Res ipsa loquitur. Name politics, law and all that. But I mean, that election sent a clear message
Okay.
to the people. Even the PDP national body was bragging with our election. Did you read?
It wasn't a state election. Federal House is a national affair.
Did you read the comments, or rather, the statement released by the National Public Secretary of the People, Kolo Olobodiyan, where he used that our election, that victory.
APC also alluded to the fact that they didn't have their house together, and that's on the heels of the Anambra elections coming up, and they needed to get things sorted out before going into that other elections. I mean, drawing reference.
I don't know
from this. But would you say APC lost because they were not together or united?
APC does not exist here. They only exist on the internet.
But they do have some candidates.
They will have candidates. In fact, that day,
they have office holders.
That day, I noticed a party called NRM. That can come in on party camp. So if people like parties like NRM exist, to resist. Here they exist only on the internet. That's the truth.
Okay, so let's move away from that. It's been 2 weeks since your first COVID-19 jab. When are you going for the second one?
Well, I took mine the same day. I had my jab the same day the governor had his. So I think they said about 1 month or so.
Okay.
Once we are ready once they are ready for us, they will look like
Sadly, we've had 1-2 many deaths in Abia State. The most recent of them, the Deputy Chief of Staff to the Governor, has the Governor taken that? Here he was closed just like the former commissioner from
the Governor is devastated. There are friends, there are personal friends, and there are friends of reference. Okay, as a person, as chief president of the government, there are people who come around me because I am chief president. Okay, the day I stop being chief president, such people will go. That is true. There are personal friends. There are people who are my real pals. Whether chief president or they stick with me. That is the kind of relationship the government has. If you buy and the government are personal friends. Okay? In his sojourn here in public service, he has had 22 influence beyond the hullabaloo of politics. There are people who are just that is their they are neighbors long before the pandemic. And the governor told me quite few emotional things about his relationship with president. He has lost a dear friend and a very, very, very close company. What would have been the closest political? Any ideas for the process? I don't know. He was with us on Saturday. In the build-up to the election last Saturday, he was there. He is one of the Ikpeazu's most trusted political strategists. When the issue of strategy is mentioned, Chief Opai must be there for Ikpeazu to feel safe. He trusts him completely with political issues, and he's a field man. On that election, 3 days, he practically relocated to about 3 days to that election. I was always seeing him around the governor. On the election day proper, he was at the Abia Poly, monitoring elections, ensuring that nothing went wrong. And I don't know what happened. The next thing we heard was that he was dead. Life is so ephemeral, life is so temporary, and the governor is very devastated. I am telling you this with every sense of responsibility. The governor is saddened, he feels very emotional, and there are a few times I have seen the governor shed tears privately. This is Chief Opai's death moved the governor to tears. And when you see your guy shedding tears, it's not a very simple thing to manage. Governor Ikpeazu is devastated, and he has the relationship he has with Chief Opai is far, far, far beyond politics. The families, I have seen on several occasions, the two families meet and mingle. Their children have been friends for years. They are so used to each other. And I have some friends like that. So I know what the governor is going through, yes. May the soul of Chief Obai rest in peace.
Say an amen to that. We've got barely 4 minutes to wrap things up on the show this morning. And I'd like to ask, because of the mood, as it were, seems like we're not going to have any Easter celebrations of any sort. Was there any plan in motion prior to this time?
Well, people celebrate privately. It's a Christian thing. It's a Christian holiday. Today is public holiday. The Easter period has started. Well, what the governor will do usually is, what he does is to release a statement, an Easter statement, which will come soon, and then wish our people, the people of Abia State, restful holidays. People should try and get some rest.
Yeah.
Life is tough. Life is difficult. When you have time, please find time to rest. Today is public holiday. Between now, the next working day is Tuesday. So our people should celebrate mildly, celebrate calmly, and most importantly, find time to spend with family. Find time to rest. People get exhausted and the body could become weak. So people should rest and enjoy the holidays and do not lose sight of the reason for the season. Easter is one of the most important, if not the most important, Christian celebration, where the death, the crucifixion and resurrection of our Lord Jesus Christ is commemorated. I'm not interested in the argument whether it is on this day or not. The important thing is that the Christian community, the Christian world, set apart one day to remember, the crucifixion, death, and resurrection of Christ. And the resurrection of Christ is the most important reason for our Christian faith today. So, as we celebrate Easter, we should be thankful to God for the gift of His Son Jesus Christ, for His death and for His resurrection. And most importantly, this holiday period, spend it with your family.
Yeah.
Take time to rest, and the blessings of God will be upon us.
Thank
now,
you.
the way you are looking at, you think I don't go to church? You don't know that I'm a knight of our church.
No, I know that, but I'm quite impressed at your analogy. No politics.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure being with you, the Chief Press Secretary to the Executive Governor of Abia State. The program has been the Executive Brief. All things being equal, ceteris paribus will be here next week, 9:30 a.m., God willing, to bring you up to speed with what has happened in the course of the week. The Chief Press Secretary doesn't like telling us in advance the governor's itinerary.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Most of his appointments come up even without notice. Some of them just happen.
Yeah.
And that is part of the challenges of the office of governor. You have to be ready at all times. The governor, he will plan his day. Before you know it, some other supervening event comes. At times he gets a very urgent invitation to come to Abuja for one meeting or the other. So it's difficult for me to tell you this is what he will do. I don't even know what I will do by 12 o'clock today.
Thank you very much, sir. Join us next week. It's been a pleasure. The executive producer of this program has been Samson Eze. It's been a live simulcast on Flow 94.9 FM and Real 99.9 FM Aba. My name is Tempo Bara. Good morning.
Flow 94.9 FM. We've got conducive and well-secured environment for business. High-tech video studio, a state-of-the-art production studio. You can also listen live on www.flow949fm.com and watch our videos on YouTube at Flow FM TV. Flow 94.9 FM, not just radio, but a complete broadcasting house.